they're quite unusual because normally after such a tragedy, the investigation focuses on what happened, who was behind the attack. This is, of course, taking place. But the wave of arrests announced by the Interior Minister and that will continue throughout the next few days is essentially focusing on those who have expressed support for the attacker or against the teacher online. And so those arrested are not people generally directly tied to terrorist organization or even ideological movements. So it's really a widespread net that's being cast by the authorities. They're also trying to ban a few NGOs, especially an NGO that's been known to defend against what they call Islamophobia. So there's a willingness to go in different directions. In addition, France has said that it will expel much quicker people who were supposed to be expelled for alleged radical ties. They had been essentially on standby here in France because of negotiations with countries France has wanted to send them to. So this will be accelerated. So the government wants to show an iron fist. Yes, we will focus on the perpetrators of the attack, but we'll also target the environment, especially the online environment that's deemed as toxic and that can lead to such tragedies as the one we've witnessed a few days ago.
And this tragedy and the government's response, reawakening that debate over the role of social media. Can we expect then more regulation, do you think?
Well, it's been an issue. The government tried to push through a law essentially targeting what they call online hate, which is not only about terrorism, but about anti-Semitism, about homophobia, and so on. However, the Constitutional Council essentially pushed aside this law proposal, say it was against freedom of expression, that there were too many ways to prohibit free speech. And the government is now hoping to use that tragic event to push through a new version of that law, hoping that the Constitutional Council will not say no once again. Obviously, they have to be careful because where does hate speech start? Where does freedom of expression begin? It's always a very, very fine line, and the government is hoping that it will be able to do so, to give some clarifications to especially the online platforms that are often accused, not only here, but in other places, of helping hate speech or even lies to be spread and lead to tragic events. Because in that instance, there are strong indications that the killer was essentially attracted, if I may say, by some criticism of the teacher that was posted online, and he went even further because he posted online a dreadful picture of the killed teacher. So this will probably put more pressure on the government, but maybe also on the Constitutional Council to say, okay, we have to deal with this issue. It's not a theoretical one, it's a true one. It can be a tragic one.